Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm David Blackburn, the founder and president of NYIOP. And I want to welcome you first to this final live streamed reveal concert to a project that's quite interesting, quite unique. It's called the ANON 2026. I have to turn off some other sounds. Just a second, there we go. The concept is quite interesting. What we started with, what is ANON and why ANON? So, in the opera world, everybody goes and does a lot of auditions everywhere they go. But there's this new phenomenon. It's not so new, but it's pretty much standard across the industry now that the first time you get heard is you send in a video or two, or some YouTube links. This is for competitions, this is for auditions, this is for anything that you do, school applications, you send in some YouTube videos. And that's the way that you're heard first. So what we all in my generation did is we used to listen to recordings. We listened to people singing. We used to have games when we were in university where we would basically guess the singer. People would drop a recording and you would have to guess who the singer is. And we learned singers and we learned operas that way. It was a joy. And then we started to go see them live, of course, because we were impassioned by the voice. That's what brought us here. So in the business now, it's a lot more, stagings are more complicated, especially in Europe. There's more steps to each competition. You have to send in the videos, like I said, but you also, for example, you are seen, your CV is looked at, your resume is looked at before you're heard sometimes. And so what winds up happening is a lot of people feel across the industry that certain decisions are made outside of just hearing their voice. And it's opera, right? It's not television, it's opera. So what if your CV doesn't have the right things on it? Or what if you aren't the right age? Or do you look like what they think this role should look like? So this experiment of doing ANON 2026, is as old as opera, because it basically just brings it back to the voice. The voice. Does it speak to you? Does it move you? Could you recognize it amongst 20 other voices singing the same arias? So tonight, you all get to play along. Each singer, each singer that sings tonight will begin, you will know them only by a number before I let them into the room. Then when they start singing, they will be off the screen. You won't see them. And while they're singing, they will come on screen, and then you will know their name. And afterwards, we'll get to know a little bit about each of them. So, in essence, you're learning who they are by their voice, and then you get to know them by their whole persona. And so, basically, this is the goal of this project, is to see how people hear differently when they're only hearing a voice, and then they actually learn who the singer is and where they are in their career and all the information about them. But they hear that after. So through this process, the first thing we did is we actually asked singers to send in 2 audio recordings, no video. We had 128 singers that applied for the first round, and they submitted 2 audio recordings, and they were from over 14 countries worldwide. They were heard by a panel of casting directors, young artist program directors, agencies, and international artists. And they chose 30 from these audio recordings. They chose 30 that we set up a live Zoom audition, live, but with camera off. So you still didn't get to see who was singing. And they only knew you by your registration number. From those 30 that were heard live, the panel chose these 10 to be in this final concert where they will reveal themselves and we'll get to know a little bit about them. The panel included Isla Mundell Perkins from Opera North, who used to be an agent and is now a casting director, Veronique Walter, who is the casting director of the Hamburg Staatsoper, Roberto Mauro, who is the artistic director of the Canadian Opera Company, Paul Plummer, who is the Studienleiter or head of music at the Staatstheater Oldenburg in Germany. Also, we had David Gowland, who is the director of the Jette Parker Young Artists Program at the Royal Opera House, Covent Garden. Colin Brush, who is the head of the Butler Studio of Young Artists at the Houston Grand Opera. Christopher Carroll of Christopher Carroll Artist Management in the UK, who was a singer himself, was a footballer before that, but we saved him. Mark Hildrew, who is the managing director of Askenis Holt in London, and Valentina Farkas, an internationally renowned soprano. This was our panel that heard all of these singers, chose 30, heard them live, and these are the 10 that we have to present for you tonight. But before we do that, I'm going to bring in actually Christopher Carroll, one of our panel members, and talk just briefly, very briefly about this process. So Chris is going to join the room now. Here we go. Hi, Chris. Can you hear me?
Yes.
And we can hear you.
Fabulous.
So tell us. Well, first I got to know, footballer to opera singer. How'd that happen?
Oof, yeah, big mistake, I think. Football to opera. It was an easy one. Long story short, my natural fitness went. I became interested in, let's say, extracurricular activities that didn't require, training in all weathers and being freezing cold. And opera as a ratio that was favorable for me, male to female. So
Yeah.
that's the long and the short of that. I mean, it wasn't a financial one. I weighed up the odds. I sat around a table with my parents. I remember it very, very well, and put the pros and cons down from one career to another. And I felt that there were an awful lot better odds of me being successful as a singer rather than a football player. And that's
Wow.
what it came down to, really. It wasn't down to money. And of course, love. You have to love it. And I think once my natural fitness started to go,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can all empathize with that.
What? I'm as fresh as I was when I was 18. I don't know about you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I, I
not
leave
anymore,
money on
believe
the street instead of leaning down to get it. That's the honest truth.
me.
So,
Yeah,
so a question. This process of you spend your day listening to singers,
yeah.
scouting singers for your business. So what was this? How was this process for you?
Was the
What was
second
the
time.
difference?
Yeah, it was the second time for me. So I forget when the first one was, a couple of years ago, maybe during
It was right after the
COVID,
pandemic. I think it was
right after the pandemic.
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting project the first time around, of course, because of the situation we were in. I mean, we're a little bit more advanced now, I like to think, than what we were then. So it was really interesting coming back round to it with a different mindset and being older and again, by proxy, more experienced. And maybe looking at it differently, maybe listening differently, I think. So this time round, equally as fascinating, of course. And what I noticed from this time, comparable to last time, was that I think I listened with different ears. I ignored the fact that I couldn't see somebody, and I was trying to visualize what that person might look like.
Hmm.
But it does become apparent to me, or it did become apparent to me, that this is the business we're in, right? We're in the business of voices, and I think myself and probably my colleagues included will say that when everything else is taken away from you and you can listen much more intently, you realize that that is the game we're in. We're not in the game of what people look like, although we have been driven towards that. I'm probably sad to say
Hmm.
it's about the whole package, and we keep on going on about this whole package. And whilst I understand that that is a thing and probably should be a thing, I think we've gone too far one way or
Hmm.
another way. I think it's vastly too looks oriented now, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe disregards the voice in many respects. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure my colleagues would disagree with me, but that's how I feel about it these days. Um, and that can be from all sorts of different angles, fat, thin, ethnicity, you name it. I
Mm-hmm.
think we've I think we've fallen into a little bit of a trap of not concentrating on the voice as much as we maybe should do.
It's interesting. That's interesting. But then a question would be, do you find, for example, do you find yourself guilty sometimes of looking through CVs before you listen to recordings? Or as you do it and being somehow,
Yeah,
like, say somebody has a block of empty spot in their
yeah,
CV, or
yeah,
they're not 22,
yeah,
or they haven't gone to the big schools. Do you find yourself sometimes?
yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think everybody does. I'm going to go out on a limb and say if they don't say that, I think they're lying. Um,
Call
you know,
them a liar.
yeah, yeah. Um, but I do look, yes, of course I'm guilty of it. Of course I am. Um, However, I try my very best not to be. I don't look at where they've been to study. I don't look at who their teacher is. It's not of
Uh-huh.
interest to me. It's not of interest to me at all. I do find myself being guilty of seeing where they've sung, what roles they've sung, if they've sung roles, if they've just done chorus, maybe. And
Yeah.
then I tally up in my own head, what age could they be? What's their journey been to this point?
Uh-huh.
What are the other extenuating circumstances that might have seen them, maybe if they're older and they haven't got much on their CV? Why have they gone away? Has something happened in their life to then come back in where they are now? There was a young baritone recently who maybe 6 months or so ago that approached me, and I did exactly the same thing that I normally do. And I looked at it and I went, "This is not going to be any good, right?"
Uh-huh.
I hold my hands up. That was my thing. I looked at his CV. I looked at what he'd done, which wasn't really very much. A few festival choruses, maybe a cover here and there, and I jumped to the conclusion, wrongly, that
Yeah.
this young baritone was going to be not very good. Wow, I was wrong.
Wow.
I put the recording on, and within 10, 15 seconds, I thought, this is a voice. And for everyone that's watching, Dave knows my partner's also a singer, and she was in the room and she was cooking, she stopped cooking, she went, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And so the process goes. I ended up meeting up with this young Matt was not so young, but he's certainly not old. He's in
Yeah.
his late 20s, early 30s, and
Oh my
and
God. Oh, okay.
he explained to me where he was, right? Because the the premise of the whole email was I'm a Verdi baritone, and we all know, the
Usually
labels
means
of
they're going to yell
everything.
at you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, no, you're not. Come on, don't be
Yeah.
silly. But actually, well, I was wrong. Um,
Yeah.
but the circumstances in his life were COVID hit for all of us. At that time he would have been getting on the ladder and he would have chipped away and turns out life happened and his wife isn't in the industry and they had a child and life takes over. And then now I think he was living in London at the point. He's moved out of London for a better lifestyle. He's got child number two on the way.
Mm-hmm.
I like it's a fantastic voice. It's a fantastic voice, but I said to him, in all honesty, this is what I think and this is what I feel. And if, and your life doesn't align with that right now, then, that's okay. But that's something that you have to find your way through. But certainly a great
Mm.
voice, good enough to have a career for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. And I do think, you know, again, I hold my hands up and see, oh, I'm going to be a Verdi baritone, and then say, yeah, yeah, okay, let's listen to this. Really could have been,
Really?
and could still be if he wants to. So,
Yeah.
so, so, to go back to your original question, how do I look at it? Well, I'd like to think I look at CVs now completely differently to pre-pandemic. And
Yeah.
then going through the pandemic and where we are now, I'd like to think on any given day, I would give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And of course, it's always better if you have audio, video, but I'm sure you'll ask me this question now, so I'll preempt
Hmm.
it. What this project does prove is that you can't guarantee the audio that you're presented with on any given day. You can't guarantee that that's what it's going to be when you hear it live.
No, it's
So
interesting. Of
so
course.
so so from my perspective, I would always encourage people to hear the product live, you know?
I think you have to. I think
Yeah.
you have to. I
It's
think that's
imperative. It's imperative. This is the game we're in, right? Look, I remember hearing somebody years ago on a recording, on a video, looked brilliant, sounded amazing, and I'm thinking, why is this kid not? This is a world-class voice. Well, roll forward. I traveled to another country to hear this young tenor, and turns out the voice wasn't what it was on the video. It was
ah
tiny, 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 but he thought that he was Herman in the Queen of Spades and all of this stuff.
yeah.
So, it's really, but listen, but could have had a career had he wanted to, had he the ability to listen and switch this on and thought, hang on, some of these people might be right. Maybe
Yeah.
I should have a little go of this and see where that goes. So, I don't know if the kid is still singing, but he was on a very, very major young artist program, and I'm reliably informed that he was told multiple times that maybe he should look at different repertoire.
Ah,
And who knows, he
and
may
that
be
was all
singing now.
the eternal question. So here's a question to kind of some of the things you touched on there. This will be an interesting question. Okay, you're a lover of voices,
Yeah,
and you were a singer, so you came to this out of a love of opera, but you're also a businessman.
sure.
So this focus on videos
Mm,
and screening people immediately from
mm,
videos instead of these, what seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like um, general auditions to
yeah,
hear people
yeah,
are fewer and fewer.
yes.
That they don't, that people are busy, they don't make the time, they can't make the time. This isn't, judging them, but
Mm,
that they don't go to hear general auditions to just give everybody a little hear. Um, that these days it's in the YouTubes. Is it harder for you as an artist manager? Is it harder for you to get live auditions or get people heard live
yeah,
because of that?
yes. I would say unequivocally yes. Um,
Wow.
so the point of getting the foot through the door is to have relevant, as recent as possible material. And I think, there's a real common misconception for the quality, the recording quality. So, kids will pay te tens of
A
hundreds or
fortune.
thousands of fortune for videos, professional videos. I mean, I'm sure my colleagues will all agree with me on this one. You generally don't need it, right? You need one of these,
Yeah,
right? An iPhone or whatever alternate you've got. Uh,
exactly.
it's good enough recording, video quality, sound quality. You just pop it up in a room. If you can get a hall that is not, pokey, but sort of medium-sized room.
Yeah,
So it just gives an idea, you know. For me personally, that's all I need. And in my experience, if you can get that level of quality from that little device, and it costs you maybe a room for an hour, maybe a
mm-hmm.
pianist for an hour, and so on. And then you can record, if it's rubbish, you delete it, you move on, you
Exactly.
do some more, you do some more, you do some more, right? Until you get to the level that you want. But what I would say is if you can do it in one take, so it is, you're giving exactly what you would give in an audition scenario.
Exactly.
It's honest, something that's honest. We've all heard, car crashes, we've all heard brilliant, right? But I think this brilliant end, I think is kind of fake news. um,
Yeah.
because nobody's perfect. And certainly I'm not looking for perfection. I don't know about my colleagues. I can't talk for those, but I'm never looking for perfection, but as near as you possibly can be. I think it's vital to have that material. I don't think it's vital to pay a fortune for it, and I think that will get you a foot through the door. I
Yeah.
will also go on and say a lot of companies do like to see people on stage. So if you've got access to that, if you can acquire that from a company and you've been on stage and you can get that from the company, they generally don't like it being out in the general public. Then I would say that also helps as well. So something maybe with a pianist in a room, in a medium-sized room or a big room to give us the full scope, and then something with you on stage if possible, and if possible with an orchestra, brilliant. Those are
Yeah.
the three things I would say, but I think they are imperative now. I don't remember a time gone by where I've been able to get somebody through the door by just saying, you know what, this is absolutely world class. You should
Yeah.
take it on my word that you need to hear this person. I mean that's just doesn't happen.
Those days have passed. That ship has
Yeah, gone
sailed.
long gone, long gone.
Exactly. Well, listen, Chris, thank you very, very much. Thank you for being part of this,
Pleasure,
and
pleasure.
hope you enjoy
Yeah, I'm excited.
introducing yourself to these 10 people to see what they're like.
Yes, indeed,
Okay, dog.
absolutely.
Talk to you soon.
All right,
Thanks a
cheers,
lot
Dave.
for being with us.
That's
Cheers.
fine.
Bye. So that was Chris Carroll. Ironically, the next person I want to bring in to talk briefly before we start with things um, is, as Chris made clear, this project is an experiment that brings us back to just focusing on the voice. However, it is a reality that in our world today, you have to have freedom on video. You have to be able to show who you are on video. And more people are interested in who you are as an artist. And so I want to bring on actually somebody that many of you, if any of you have actually followed this project and followed what I do with NYIOP, you will know her without knowing her because I simply could not I could not exist without her, nor can anyone in a professional situation these days. I want to introduce you to Kiana McLeod, my social media manager and what I call the social media guru. She happens to be a singer, and simply the conception, the whole idea, and every graphic, every post, every word about this, we conceived together and manage this. And I want to bring her on to talk a little bit about the role of social media for anyone professional, but certainly for professional artists. The irony is that we're talking about not having to be stuck with video, yet here we are. So, Kiana, um, hi
Hello, can you hear
there.
me?
I can hear you wonderfully. I can hear you
Awesome.
wonderfully. So I have to say, so you, as an artist, but also as a professional on the side of graphics and social media and all of this, um, it's fascinating to me because you approach this is my opinion. You approach social media as an artist, not just as somebody that's putting things out there, but you have this way of kind of grabbing the voice of social media for a company and for a project and for the audience there. So I'd love to know, I mean, in your opinion, first, just quickly, I mean, how did you get into social media? Is there a way you learn this, or is it something that you kind of have to sense it, like you have to know people almost, like how they
Yeah,
think?
a little bit of both. A little bit of both. And the reason I say that is because from coming from an artist perspective myself, I always wanted to know like the business side. How do you
Yeah.
manage yourself? How do you conduct yourself in an interview? What's your branding gonna look like, et cetera, et cetera. So then the more that I did that for myself, then it was easier to bring that into a formulate into like the modern day world of now with social media and teaching artists how to merge business with artistry. Very, very, very important thing. And so I would say definitely in the beginning process, it was a little bit of just being amazing at marketing. So really good at being knowing marketing, and then also what we call customer experience.
Uh-huh.
So customer experience is literally understanding, let's say your customer or your audience or your artist or whatever it may be, and really kind of understanding the psychology of how they think, what they want, um, and understanding like the trajectory and building a strategy around that. So hopefully that answers your question.
No, that's wonderful. So then the question would be, okay, for an artist, say I'm an opera singer, okay, because I have found, correct me if I'm wrong, that opera singers are actually quite savvy with social media. It's a segment of artists that are very visible and very active in social media and promoting themselves and finding new ways to do that. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
So
Definitely correct, especially nowadays.
exactly. So, what would you say? I mean, say as an opera singer, I sing opera on a stage with an orchestra without a microphone. I'm not on the videos unless I'm on the Met videos. So why do I need social media? What does
Ooh,
that
that's a
do
good
for
one.
me?
Okay, yeah. So it's a larger answer to that, but we're going to make it concise. So
Okay.
the first thing first is that as an opera singer, you need a strong social presence. But before, I would say earlier in the years of social media, it was a marketing tool. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's a career essential for you to have. It's the way that people are going to be able to meet you before they ever meet you. If you know what I mean, before you ever meet them in
Uh-huh.
person, before they ever come to a show, anything like that. It's the version of, I like to actually like to say, you're dating. You get to
Uh-huh.
date your fan base. They get to know a little bit about you each time. They get a chance to watch you work from the back end, as well as seeing the full polished performances ahead of time. So you're really kind of inviting people into this world where they get a chance to just enjoy your essence, really. Um,
Interesting.
and then I can, do you want me to go through some of the other things as to
Yes,
why it's good?
please. Please, please,
Cool.
please. No.
So, direct fan engagement, I would say, is almost number one.
Uh-huh.
And then
Oh, that's interesting.
also dealing with things like, let's say, career control, personal branding. Let's say if you don't have an artist manager already, or if you have one, it helps you kind of understand and curate where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the biggest one I think would probably for opera singers is going to be booking and visibility with presenters in your shows. That's a really big deal. That's how you keep your career going forward, right? So, and the last one is being an advocate. Advocacy for the art form is so important. I'm sure everyone has heard about the whole Timotei situation with opera, and it is very true, though, in the sense of we need to be more advocates in getting our art form out there in the world. It's such a beautiful, beautiful art form, and I would love to see us as singers get that out there a lot more,
Uh-huh.
so that we don't have people thinking, "Hey, this is a dead art form." No, it's alive and well, and it's beautiful. And so yeah, so definitely lots of reasons to have social media in your life as a singer.
Amazing. Amazing. So look, why don't we do this? You're gonna give me kind of this is the thing for all you artists that are watching, or anyone. Kiana is a guru. I'm gonna put her information into the details of the description of the live stream, and you should reach out to her. Ask her questions. She is the one that knows all the answers to that, and she's an artist, so she understands you. So, Kiana, I have to tell you that we have a pianist issue, so we're gonna dive into the music.
Go for it.
And then thank you so much for this, and thank you for the insights for things, okay?
No problem at all. You guys break a leg, okay?
Cheers. Take care. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our first singer, who you will see as a number. Oh yeah. Nope. Got to get rid of him. Got to get rid of. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to begin with an artist who is known as 1635 to us. You can unmute and turn your camera on or off as you wish. And we're going to start with sia Qualunque from Rossini's La Cenerentola. Are you ready?
Sia qualunque delle figlie che fra poco andrà sul trono, non lasci in abbandono, non lasci in abbandono, non lasci in abbandono un magnifico papà, non lasci in abbandono un magnifico papà. Dammi per questo quello, dove che il mio cantone, e cavallo il capello, incominci.
Sia il parole, alla fine sono reale, a partire del memoriale. Prenda per la cioccolata.
È una doppia ben cognata, è una doppia ben cognata, facci intanto scivolar. È una doppia, facci intanto scivolar. Io rispondo, si vedremo, c'hai di peso, parleremo. Da palazzo può passar, sì, da palazzo può passar. C'hai di peso, ci parliamo, sì, da palazzo può passar. Mi rivolge mezzozzetta, a tutto odore, tutto unguenti, schiena scuffietta, tra sospiri complimenti. Baroncino, si ricordi quell'affare, si ricordi quell'affare. Ehi, già mi intende, senza argento parla ai sordi, la manina il quanto stende fa una piastra sdrucciolar. Una piastra sdrucciolar. Io galante, acchietti bei, per voi che non farei. Io vi voglio sì, io vi voglio contentar. Io vi voglio sì, io vi voglio contentar. Suona bene il campanello, chi mi vede al letto intorno, supplichevole del rappello, questa cieca protezione, quella torta va ragione, chi vuole venire a Guccio, questi cadere è un ciuccio, questo in cattedra è un ciuccio, 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 chi le ha mandato delle spine, chi le ha pesche delle anguille, e ti dato d'ogni lato. Sarò sempre contornato di memorie, petizioni, di galline, di speroni, di bottiglie, di broccate, di candele, marinari, di ciambelli, pasticcetti, di confetti, di confetti, di piasoli, di doblani, di paglie, di caffè. Do il lato, solo sempre contornato. Do il lato, solo sempre contornato. Di ciambelli, pasticcetti, di confetti, di confetti, di pasoli, di doblani, di paglie, di caffè. Basta. Non portare. Terminare. Vieni andare. Non portare. Basta, in carità. Serra l'uscio, catenaccio. Importuni, seccatori, fuori, via da me, fuori, sì, via di qua, rispondate, via di qua,
Bravo, Igor.
Thank you.
So come on towards the camera.
Yes.
Bravo. turn the phone. You're sideways. It's brilliant. There you go. No, we're good. But you were
There we
fabulous
go.
anyway. Bravo, bravo. Oh my gosh.
You still there?
Art,
Sorry.
art in the
My
21st
phone tried to
century.
commit suicide.
Exactly. Suicidio. It's very operatic. Igor, tell us a little about yourself.
I am originally from Brazil. I was born in Rio, but I've been in the US for over 25 years. I am a citizen since 2014. Right now, I am living in Kansas City, Missouri. I've been singing professionally since I was 17, and it's been literally my entire adult life.
Wow, that's amazing. So I have to ask, because actually I got about 5 messages while you were singing saying he has to be Italian because his Italian is perfect.
Thank
So
you.
how'd you learn such great Italian?
I do come from an Italian family, so I guess I have that in my blood. I also speak Portuguese, which is close enough, and a lot of hard work too.
And a lot of hard work. So just a question: why why did you decide to take part in this Anon? I mean, if you are a working singer, you've been working, yeah, basically as a singer for a long time. What's the benefit of doing something like this for you?
I think this is a phenomenal idea because, as you said, people will judge you solely for your instrument. They will not be influenced by your looks. They will not be influenced by who you know. They will not be influenced by your resume. They are judging you on your instrument alone. And ultimately, I think that's what really matters. I will not say names or anywhere, but I've lost work. That was a big thing in my head, that I lost one work as Marcello in Bohème because my Mimi was too tall. Mimi, no, Musetta was too tall. Yes. So, and we said, like, I can wear boots, I can wear heels. Like, no, you're too short for her. So I lost the job. And if I was being judged only on my voice and not the way I look, I probably would have got the job. So,
well, the fantastic thing I have to say is you're absolutely incredible. I mean, on stage, you're a wonderful personality, wonderful freedom and ease. So, I mean, I have to say that's a shame. So, I'm very, very, very happy that this was a good thing for you, and I hope that some good things come out of it. So, and I have to say, here's the real truth. I've known Igor for a long time, and I have to say, you sound better every time I hear you.
Thank you.
Bravo, bravo.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for all that listen to me, and thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Absolutely wonderful. I look forward to the next time, Igor. Take care.
Thank you so much, David.
Wonderful.
Have a good one, everybody.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay. So now, it was fabulous. I have to say that, he was sideways, but he was sideways. That's okay. You still heard him and you saw him, and he was quite wonderful. Now, next we're going to move on to our next singer. Is going to sing Voi lo sapete from Cavalleria Rusticana. So she has been affectionately known as 8558 to us, and now you will get a chance to meet her and hear her. Hear her first, then meet her. So you can turn your camera on, and you can unmute yourself and go ahead and start to sing. Now, here we go again. Hold on a second before you start. See if you can turn well, here's the thing. I'm going to turn your basically you need to turn your phone sideways, because you're sideways like he was sideways. I don't know what's going on. So, is there a way for you to rotate the phone without putting your face in front of it before you sing? You can speak to us, it's fine.
Oh, it is sideways already.
Oh, okay. So for some reason it's not working. Maybe maybe just twist it and then turn it back, because it's reading you as sideways.
Shall I put it vertical then?
Yeah, sure, why not? That's okay.
Do you see me horizontally now?
We see you vertically now. We see you perfect. It's perfect, fine. Just stay in that kind of white area space. And you're great. Once you come in, okay? So, break a leg.
Thank you.
Brava, Arlene.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come on up here. So tell us a little bit about you.
So, despite my name, I'm Italian.
Ah,
So I've got a
Arlene.
strange name. I got a French name, two surnames, one from my mom and one from my dad.
Yeah.
And one is Italian and the other one is Spanish because I have mixed origins.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You are the European Union.
Yes, I am the European Union, I must say. And I'm now in Parma. I'm
che
doing
bellissimo.
musico in Manon Lescaut at Teatro Reggio di Parma.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful place.
With a beautiful cast. And I've studied here also at the Accademia Verdiana.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And before that, I was in London because I was doing the National Opera Studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, oh. So for you, so you're a working singer, clearly
Yes.
working singer. So tell us, why would something like this be useful for you?
Well,
This ANON thing.
Well, doing auditions is always useful, I think. You should always get out of your
Good idea.
room and make yourself heard.
Yeah.
I think this is a good chance to get heard by a lot of people around the world instead of like getting, going to different places, so getting different planes and traveling and stuff. So this is a first way to get in touch, and also I have like a tiny agency in Italy, but all of my work I mainly have founded myself, and I'm searching for representation abroad. Actually, I would like to find some work abroad because in Italy I have like theaters that call me, but I would like to go abroad, honestly. So
Yeah. Well, I understand.
I've worked in the UK a bit, but
Uh-huh.
I would like to go to Germany, to the UK again. I mean, I would like to have representation, to be honest.
Do you find it hard to get auditions?
Well, I would say no. I have recently auditioned at the Royal Opera House, finding an audition myself.
That's a good thing.
So, and Peter Caffano was very pleased. So hopefully he'll call me eventually.
Peter Caffano, the Alpha and Omega.
Yeah.
We all are in awe of him.
Yeah, and I was very pleased by his words, to be honest. And and the thing is, I don't think I mean, obviously it's hard. Yes, it's harder to get auditions if you're not represented, because obviously theaters do rely on agencies. It's normal. It's just a simple, like, it's simpler. Can you say simpler for them?
Simpler, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And so, but on the other side, even if, and also I think probably if you have representation, you're thought to be more reliable, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, probably it does help.
You know what I think it is I think sometimes they possibly think that someone else has already put their name behind you, therefore
Exactly.
they must be somebody that I can listen to. I do understand completely.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
have
right.
to say that honestly, in my opinion, after singing like you just sang, I don't think you're going to have too much problem with people finding some interest. So
well, thank you so much. It's
was
not
really-
a great day for me, but I'm happy.
it's a great day to sing. Every day is a great day to sing.
Every day is a great day to sing. I
And
agree.
besides, you're in Parma, where you eat
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So
Yeah.
enjoy that, and really thank you for taking part in
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you for singing, and congratulations. Really, really a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you so much, David. I hope to meet you in person once.
Absolutely. I'm very, very, very short. That's what you don't know. So that's the thing we all
Well,
learn
then.
about people online. So exactly. You meet me and think, who's this child? So
Well, then.
have fun in Parma, in Bocca Lupo.
Thank you.
And take
Grazie.
care. Cheers.
You too.
Bye-bye.
And everyone in the panel. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. So Wonderful. Another amazing surprise. So look, we're going to skip one singer. Instead of hearing a tenor next, we're going to hear a baritone next because we're having room issues and piano issues around the world. So now you're going to hear a piece that really needs no introduction. So go ahead, start us off.
Largo, la 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 la, presto bottega che la già presto, la 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 la, ah che bel vivere, che bel piacere per un barbiere di qualità, di qualità. Sempre d'intorno, in giro sta, miglior cuccagna per un barbiere, vita più nobile non si dà. La 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 la. Rasori e pettini, lanci le forbici al mio comando, tutto qui sta. Rasori e pettini, lanci le forbici al mio comando, tutto qui sta. Fe la risorsa, poi del mestiere, con la donnetta, col cavaliere, con la donnetta, tra la la la, col cavaliere, tra la la la. Di qualità. Tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, donne e ragazzi, vecchi fanciulli, qua la parrucca, presto la barba, qua la sanguiglia, presto il biglietto, tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, qua la parrucca, presto la barba, presto il biglietto, Figaro, 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 ahimè, ahimè, che furia, ahimè, che folla, ora alla volta, per carità, per carità, per carità, ora alla volta, ora alla volta, ora alla volta, per carità. Figaro, son qua. Figaro qua, Figaro là, Figaro qua, Figaro là, Figaro su, Figaro giù, Figaro su, Figaro giù. Pronto, prontissimo, son come le fulmine, sono il factotum della città, della città, della città, della città, della città. Ah, bravo Figaro, bravo, bravissimo, ah, bravo Figaro, bravo, bravissimo, fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo per verità. La 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 la, fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo per
Bravo, bravo. You have to turn your phone too. You're also sideways.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
This?
There you are. There you
Oh,
are. Fabulous. Great. Ole,
interesting.
bravo. Bravo, bravo.
Thank you. This is my
Tell us,
pianist, Jung.
brava, brava, brava. So look, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you now? Where are you from? What's your
Yeah.
path?
I'm Oleh Lebedyev. I'm a Ukrainian baritone and freelancer, and I'm based in Germany already for quite a bit of time, for 5 years, I think. And before that, I've been to the opera studio in Valencia, to the Centro Perfeccionamento Plácido Domingo.
I never knew that. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I was there 2 years, and actually, it was the last generation of Centro Perfeccionamento Plácido Domingo.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I get.
And after that, I studied in Ukraine, and I was in Spain, and then I ended up in Germany in another opera studio because it was a 2021 wild times.
I understand.
And right now, I was in Open Studio NRW in the which is consists from 2
Nordrhein-Westfalen,
houses.
yeah?
What? Sorry.
Nordrhein-Westfalen, yeah?
Nordrhein-Westfalen, yeah.
Yeah.
Consists of Wuppertal, Oper Dortmund, Essen, and Gelsenkirchen.
A very interesting program, actually.
Yeah,
Played by
actually.
multiple theaters, yeah.
Yeah, and
so,
sometimes you get to sing even like main roles there.
oh, that's wonderful. So then, for you, what is the usefulness of a project like taking part in this?
Well, I'm a freelance opera singer. Right now, I'm in Klagenfurt doing a production of Elisir d'Amore. I'm doing Belcore. That's why you see mustache here. And because usually I wear like a Spanish beard. Now I look a lot like a
baby.
Yeah, I look a lot like a Celtic warrior.
Nice.
I just noticed that. Anyways, I think this project is very interesting because you don't get you're not connected to your look, to what you do on stage, it's just pure voice, which is always interesting to see how people react on your voice. Solely on recordings and on what you sing, and how they perceive it. So I'm very keen to to have some thoughts and to get some feedbacks from when people hear me really, and if it's very different from when it's live like this on a phone, or when it's like a recording, because I think I sent a recording from one of the latest competitions I did in SVR. It's the Junge Open Stars, which I happened to be a winner of that. I didn't know. I didn't know till the end that you can like win some money, and they were like, "Oh, you get 10K." I'm like, "Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, that's good.
I'm rich."
That's music to the ears of any freelance
Yeah,
opera
right.
singer, yeah. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have to say that Ole, at the same time, we know each other for several years already.
Yeah.
And
We
I've
actually
heard you
started, I think, during the like,
pandemic.
COVID. Yeah.
Exactly, during the COVID shutdown.
Yeah.
But I have to say, at the same time, I'm saying again to you, every time I hear you, you sound better. You're more confident.
Thank you.
More full your voice grows in color, in beauty, and bravo to you.
Thank you.
I hope that this is the start of many more things. Since things are already going, we hope that this keeps things running.
Yeah.
And thank you so very much for taking part in this.
Thank you
It's
for the
really been a
opportunity.
pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. It's always nice to sing for people. Yeah.
It is, and it's always nice. I have to say that when there are singers that I know that I watch going through it, since I was the only one that actually knew who you were.
Yeah.
To see what people are saying about you along the way. So it's really been a pleasure.
Yeah.
And bravo.
Interesting. Thank you.
Beautiful
Thank
job.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye. So now we're going to jump back to the tenor, who was just before this, except I have to change. Hello there. Hello there. Can you hear us? Yeah? Yeah, there you go. You can unmute and start to sing. We're going to hear Lunge da lei, miei bollente spiriti from La Traviata. Yeah? Yeah, you're muted, so you have to unmute us. You have to unmute. Okay? Let me see here. I hope he's not singing. Are you muted? Unmuted. Ah, alas, we lost him. He will come back. Come back in, and we go. I know that he has a time restraint, so let's wait for him to come back in the room, and then there we go. Here we go.
Sorry, something wrong. I must sing or not?
Yes, please. Please sing.
Yes, okay.
We couldn't hear you. You were muted. Wonderful.
Okay.
Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment.
Yeah.
Because I think the connection is bad. I don't know if it's the connection or maybe you don't have the original sound for musicians turned on.
Okay,
Because
yes.
let's try that, and then we go again. Okay.
Yes, I'm looking for.
We all lived this way for 3 years. Only
Original. I have original. I have good sound. Maybe
Okay.
it's connection.
It may be the connect. Maybe just start again and let's see how it goes. Okay.
Okay, super.
Great.
Lunge da lei per me non ho diretto volare un giorno nel nude che la mia vita oggi per me sono novizi e amori e non possa essere voglio l'oceano vedi a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza ed or contento questi anni nuovi tutto scordo per me qui presso
Alas, I think that the connection issues are going to be quite difficult. Are you back? Let's see. Maybe when he's back, we'll just have. I have to say that what's wonderful about this artist is he sang for us a cappella when we had the live Zoom last time, and it was so pure and so beautiful that it was really just a joy. When you talk about listening to the voice, we had the voice. So let's see. Are you back connected again?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we
I
do
don't
this?
know when
Because I
it's
know that your
finished.
pianist has to leave. I have a question for you. Would you like to sing a cappella like you did
Yeah.
for us in the
Yeah, no
Zoom
problem.
recording?
We have 5 minutes, but
This is fine.
I have also 5 minutes with my pianist.
why don't
It's
we-
no problem. I can with him.
Okay, why don't you turn on the
The-
video and let's see your beautiful face to go with the sweet
Okay.
voice. So everyone can
Okay,
see
this is
you.
the pianist. This is me. It's okay.
Well, I haven't seen you yet. You haven't turned on the video yet. Ah, there you are. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. This
It's
is
a
my
pleasure.
pianist. Yes.
Start singing. Sing for us now, and let's see. I think the connection
Okay.
is difficult, but it's a joy to hear you anyway.
Okay. Yes. Qui presso lei,
For those of you who are
Yes, okay.
watching out there, this kind of situation happens all the time in auditions.
No problem. Okay.
Absolutely.
Qui presso a lei a rinascer mi sento, ed al soffio d'amori generato sguardo ne gaudi suoi ed atto il passato. De miei bollenti spiriti il giovani ardore e brocca la placido sorriso dell'amor dal dì che disse vivere io voglio a te fedele dell'universo io vivo quasi in cielo dal dì che disse vivere io voglio a te fedele sì sì dell'universo io vivo quasi in cielo io vivo in cielo dell'universo in memore io vivo quasi in cielo sì io vivo quasi in cielo io vivo quasi in cielo.
Bravo. Bravo, Andrzej. So finally it
was
all worked.
okay?
It was lovely. It was good. So Andrzej, tell us a bit about yourself.
So I am Andrzej. My name is Andrzej Michałowski. I am the lyric tenor from Poland. I'm born in Ukraine. But in 2009 I returned to the country of my ancestors. So my blood is Polish, and I have a lot of experience in different situations. I studying philosophy and why I break with opera, but in 2015 I start one more time, and I go to the Białystok, which is White Russia near Warsaw, and I studying in the Chopin University with class professor Cezary Szyfman. Also, I have master class with Olga Pasiecznik. This is, I think, is a very big person in my opinion. And now I'm studying with Jose Cimerillo Romero. This is Argentinian tenor, and Jose.
I think we've lost you again, Andrzej. Connection issues. We've all gotten used to them, but we forgot about them, didn't we? However, I think it was a little bit, maybe it was serendipity that the moment that we had video and he was singing, the connection issue worked beautifully at that point. So we'll see if Andrzej, can you hear us? You're back. Okay, good. You're back. So tell us. So where are you based now?
And now I am in Poznań.
In Poznan.
I live in Poznan. I live in Warsaw, in Gdańsk, in Białystok, and now I live in Posen. Work something different and studying opera. Maybe if sometime I have a chance to an opportunity to sing with opera on opera.
Which I think hopefully this will help with that. Is that the reason that you decided to take part in this project? Is to get heard?
Yes, because I don't know, maybe I have a lot of years problem with my voice about this is not so loud. I have very beautiful voice, but I have problem with big voice.
Yeah.
But now I think I have skills to sing, not big voice, but I can hear. So I think I have squillo,
Yeah.
and now is okay. Now
You have a beautiful voice. You have a very beautiful voice. Andrzej, I have to say thank you very much for taking part in this. It was really a pleasure to hear you, to discover your voice, to hear your voice, and now to meet you. And I am sure that many of the panel members will be very happy to have put a face to your very beautiful, very sweet voice. So thank you very much. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Cheers.
Also,
Yes?
good time.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good time.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye. See, people that you never know where you find them, and you never know if you have a chance to hear them, and how you have a chance to hear them. And here's Andrzej that studied philosophy and sings beautifully. So next we will move on to Here Je suis encore from Manon, and here we go. So. Hello there.
Hello.
So thank you for the patience. You are also, look at that. I'm so glad you fixed it. You were good. You got on top of that. So
Yes.
You're gonna sing Manon, Massenet Manon, yes?
I'm
Wonderful.
going to sing Massenet's Manon, and I'm going to triple check that I have original sound on. Great.
Fabulous. Have fun.
Thank you.
Je suis encore tout détourné. Je suis encore tout engourdi. Cousin, excusez-moi, je suis encore tout détourné. Par des amours partage, j'en suis à mon premier voyage. Le coche s'éloignait à peine que j'admirais de tous mes yeux les hauts, les grands bois, la plaine. Les voyageurs, je ne sais plus, excusez-moi,
Brava, 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 brava. Sarah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
You
Uh,
too.
exactly. My goodness. So tell us, where are you? Where are you now?
Yes. So I'm currently based in Montclair, New Jersey, close to New
Oh,
York City. And I have
nice.
been in the process of auditioning in Europe with plans to relocate. I would love to find an ensemble or fest position to Germany or Austria, Switzerland, and working on my German and sort of figuring out this transition.
Oh, this is amazing. So, tell me a little, tell us a little bit about you. So,
Yeah.
what's been your path? How'd you
My,
find yourself
yeah,
here?
and why I've really appreciated this opportunity is because my path has been, with lots of sprinkles and different little paths that connect to the main one.
That's called life. Yeah, I know. I understand completely.
So I think this opportunity struck me as special because when you have the blind component, or, we all do this, right? Where we might have seen a name and have an association. I think it's a beautiful thing to just jump in and think about artistry at the forefront. So I studied with Suzanne Menser
Oh,
at
wow.
Rice
Brava.
University, and then I went very young, like at between 18 and 21, I had gone to Music Academy in Aspen, and
Uh-huh.
I studied with Ruggero Raimondi at the Mozarteum, but all as a lyric mezzo-soprano. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
in, I was a late bloomer, I would say, figuring out my technique, both early in certain ways. I studied as a pianist. I don't play anymore, but, working with Suzanne, I was comfortable in kind of the Svishin territory. And then it took me some time to really find my voice as a soprano. I did work with Dawn Upshaw at Bard College in the graduate
Oh,
program.
beautiful.
But I was still singing, mezzo soprano repertoire there. But I knew deep down that I needed to make a change. And once I had fully come into my own, I'm originally from San Francisco. So I studied,
Wow.
I went back home after graduate school. And then around the time of the pandemic, I was, auditioning and in the finals of Komische Opera and English National in Lyon. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to move to Europe and I'm ready. And then boom, pandemic. So I feel
Everybody
like,
starts coughing, and that's the end of that dream.
right,
Yeah.
right. So, and then I sort of, like many singers, like, am I really going to do this? And this is crazy. And, but, I just feel really grateful that I've found mentors and I'm in the right fach, and I feel very comfortable with my repertoire and excited to work. But that's sort of the meandering quality, right? Of like both a fach change and a pandemic, and kind of taking time to ease into new repertoire after singing mezzo for, 6, 7 years, really, which
Which
felt like,
is, so I suppose what's fascinating is that in your particular journey, I can imagine, like, if say, you come in front of me on a panel, um, of course, what would happen is we would see all of this mezzo stuff and then hear soprano, and there would be the thought, without even thinking about it, we would start to kind of see if we can hear some mezzo soprano in there, which is fascinating because, I mean, I'll be honest with you, because even though I knew all of your names, I never looked at anyone's CV, and so I never heard any mezzo
yeah,
soprano ever in your voice. It's so very clearly soprano and beautiful and free and high. So brava to you, and I'm glad this has provided that opportunity that someone gets to meet you on your terms today, and
yeah,
then gets to be fascinated by the story that fills in the past. That's
exactly,
amazing. I I,
exactly.
I certainly hope that from this, what we can do is we get you heard. You get over to Europe and you get heard in some theaters, and try to find a space there, because I think that there should be a space. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Especially for somebody that spent time in Texas. As a Texas boy, I have to
Oh,
say that I am partial to all people who have spent time with us down there. We're partial to all y'all that have been part of
all y'all.
all y'all that have been part of Texas. It
I
just
love
makes
Houston, by the way. I miss it a
uh
lot. The food.
And also, I have to say that, I don't know, Shepherd School, right? Isn't that what you're called there? I have to say that the Shepherd School is kind of, I think it's winning the race today, because on the semifinals of the La Font competition, I think there were 3 of the 20 that were from the Shepherd School.
Yeah.
So you go Shepherd School, I'm telling you. So, brava, Sarah, this was really a joy, and I really hope that the next steps are wonderful steps, and that we help in any way we can.
Thank
Okay,
you
so
much. And thanks. It was nice meeting everyone virtually, and thanks for the opportunity.
absolutely, this is a pleasure. So, have a wonderful rest of your day.
You
So,
too.
cheers.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. So next, we're halfway through. We've had 5 singers. Next, I want to bring on someone who is truly one of the most strongest soldiers in the army for helping young singers, and has been for quite some time. I'm giving him the intro that he deserves. He is the person who created the Jette Parker Young Artist Program, the Jette Parker Artists Program, it's called now, at the Royal Opera House at Covent Garden. He is a pianist, a coach, a legend in our business, and really kind of a guiding light for me. And I'm very happy that he can join us now. And I'd like to introduce you to David Gowland, who was on our panel, who will be joining us. Hi, David. Just unmute whenever you can.
Who will be joining us?
Ah, there you are. I gave you a good intro.
You know,
Only half of what you deserve, or a third, or a tenth of what you deserve.
I think.
have to,
Can you hear me, David?
we hear you beautifully. We hear you beautifully.
Not a bit.
I think, you know what? I think you'll have to mute the live stream, because they go at different times.
No, wait a minute, because I've got you on here. I've got my phone. I hear you beautifully. We hear. Right. There you go. Because you told me to keep my phone on one thing to listen to the singers.
Exactly.
And keep my other phone on to. I'm such a technophobe. I'm just an old man. David, I'm so enjoying this evening, and I think it's just wonderful to hear what the singers are saying and their individual responses, So anyway, lovely to meet you all. Go on.
It's really a joy. So as I've said, I mean, David, you are famously the defender of the faith for young singers around the world. You spend your life going everywhere, simply to hear, to discover artists and singers and hear their stories, and it's quite wonderful. From what I understand, it's interesting because we're doing this ANON thing that seems fancy, but the reality is if we spoke about this earlier, so I'm not going to act like I don't know this. But your program at Covent Garden, basically the first round, you're quite unusual for major young artist programs. You are certainly one of the, if not the, but one of the very top young artist programs in the world that has launched many big names onto the stage. And your first round, you also have no video or names or CVs. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. I will get passionate about this, David. So you'll have to cut me off because there are other people. And so you stop me. The reason why we started this was, especially post-COVID, several reasons. Was an awareness of carbon footprint. Is that we generally had about 78 to 80 singers who would come, spend 10 days in London and basically sing 3 rounds of auditions and also have to pay for hotel costs in London. Now, if you go and sing 2 arias in round 1 and you get knocked out, that's expensive and it's not fair.
You're right. Exactly.
Also, we felt that we wanted to get to know them because, David, we generally have our auditions in November with a view, and the people we select will start the following September. So, for example, the people we've had November 25 will start the beginning of our next season, which will be August, September 26. They'll be leaving in July 2028. So I'm kind of looking for people, how their development is going to be 3 years down the line, where they're going to be.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah.
Their artistic development. I mean, they're basically going to be doing secondary roles on main stage. Yes, we can coach them languages. Yes, we can do vocal coaching. Yes, we can do music coaching, stagecraft, everything. But looking for the people who, especially in an emergency situation, are suddenly thrown on in a principal role at the level of Covent Garden, they need to be there as artists.
Absolutely. Yeah? Absolutely.
And again, back to the pandemic, it's interesting what Chris was saying earlier, and I followed what everybody said, is that there were so many fantastic initiatives, David, during COVID, where people couldn't do stuff. A lot of it was video.
Indeed.
And, but coming out of COVID, and I know Peter Castaner, you've spoken about him as well, is, wonderful. But I don't know how that works on a big stage, whether we'll hear them. A lot of new initiatives where we maybe the goalposts were switched and getting back to the industry had to change. So many companies are struggling. And also for singers, young aspiring singers, that generation got lost during COVID, and we lament that. But getting back, I think there's room for everybody, but versatility, resilience is re-establishing values. There's so many other companies, new companies and new initiatives that were built up. But it's just like, hang on a bit, guys. Yeah, I think there's room for everybody, but it's just sorting all that out.
Exactly.
So my thinking about our audition process, we completely rejigged it post-pandemic. Was before that, we would generally invite 70 to 80 singers for 3 rounds of auditions in London, and it was just singing 2 arias, and that would take 10 days, paying for a hotel in London, paying for flights. Basically all we hear is how they sing, and if you get knocked out in the first round, that's cruel. But it gives us no idea. We're trying to cast them in roles and get to know them. So what we do you want me to talk through what we do now?
Absolutely, because what I find fascinating, and what I know, because I know a number of artists that have been through this new process, and I think that's something that, maybe many people don't know this, but it's not just wander on the stage, 2 arias, thank you, we'll let you know.
Yeah,
that you've devised a new system that is truly extraordinary, and that's, so please tell us about what
I think
audition like for you.
We're looking for artists, it's a development program. Of course they're going to be doing secondary roles, covering on main stage, and I've spoken to many of our dear colleagues, David, around the various yachts around the world about, I'm trying this, see what you think. It's time consuming for us, but it's I think more beneficial for the people applying. So basically we get between 600 or 700 people who apply every year. for the auditions, which are in November. I go through the audio only recordings. That's why this is relevant to your wonderful initiative here. And I worked out, if I have, I've written it down here, if we have 650 applicants and we listen to, and this is important for your singers, if we give each singer 2 minutes of our time, which is cruel, it's cruel, that comes to 21 hours and 40 minutes of solid listening without breaks and everything. Wow. So trying to, I know it's a lot. And of course we zap through. If we know the bits in the arias, and I mean, my fellow colleagues will say the same, we can zap through and whatever. And that's me, a colleague, and an independent arbiter. And we score them. And then we kind of get down to about between 70 to 100 from our, and I don't do, David, a yes, maybe, or a no. I do a yes, maybe no, and no, because we will all find the majority will be in the maybe category. So it's splitting them.
Yeah.
Then we read the CVs, then I get a different assessor in to look at the 100, and we have to get down to 30. I can only invite 30. They spend a week with us on coaching with singing coaching, vocal coaching, stagecraft. We get to know them, they get to know us, and there you go. And they do 2 rounds of auditions, 12 of them on main stage, we choose 5. But I think the blind listening also avoids any sense of, you know, I travel a lot, my colleagues do, favoritism, prejudice, whether that be ethnicity, provenance, age, physical shape. It's just going on this, and that has to be the starting point. Forget what Timothy, what's his name, said. But you know what I mean? Is, and because we can teach singing, language, stagecraft, all of that. You can do that. It's a special it thing that you can't teach that we're looking for, and you can only do that. As I think it was Chris was saying, it's like a blind person or somebody, when all the other senses are taken away, it attunes you into, and you said that as well, David, at the beginning, is that a voice I'll recognize? Is that a voice I'll, and then you get to know the other components, and then you get to, and also there's a sense of being more in tune as listeners and as audience, as we get to know them about not what they can do, but who they are.
That's the
and I think part. That's a big thing. You know, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's who are you? So don't show me what you can do. Invite me into who you are. Warts and all, you know, I'd rather somebody who cracks every note, but whom I believe and I care about, you know?
Absolutely.
I've taken too much of your time, David.
No,
you need
David,
to get on with
amazing.
this. But
you are amazing. I have to say that because of that sensitivity to the artist that you have, that's what makes it so wonderful that you are the steward of one of the great programs in the world. And because you seek who is that person, it's not just about the noise that's being admitted. It's not a factory. We're not a monster truck rally. It is about art. It is about the soul of showing someone.
What I say to my artists, to students, and when I travel around the world, is, and any of the singers who are listening in, it's ultimately just a job. Okay, you devote a lot to it. It's part of who you are, but it doesn't define you as a human being. And life is more important. And you'll find if you get success, it's sacrifices along the way. It's a cruel profession, even more now. There's more and more competition. So many companies are suffering. So resilience, strength, but just, yeah, it doesn't define you. And just, I wish you all that you wake up in the morning happy to wake up and looking forward to whatever you do. And if that's not satisfying you, no matter how beautiful your voice is, it's not worth it, in my opinion, an old man. Just consider that, yeah?
Absolutely. David, thank you very much for taking your time and for being part of this process. It's really a joy, and you send a lot of love out to the singers, and we send a lot of love right back to you. So thank you so much. And
I'm
hope you
looking forward to
enjoyed
the
the
rest,
second
David.
half.
I mean,
Absolutely.
wonderful. The second
Absolutely.
half, yeah, bring it on. In bocca al lupo to all of you. And David, thank you for organizing this. It's just so special and unique. Well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you very much. Cheers, David. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's wonderful to hear. So singers out there understand that there are people out there that are looking out for you and that are looking for you. I say many times when I hear singers that it is primarily, many singers get caught thinking that it's only about singing the high notes, or the worst thing is when they say, I decide what they're going to sing by what they want to hear, what you think they want to hear, that they, all of us behind a table. But the truth is we want to hear you. We want to know you. We want to know what you have to say with your voice. And that's the joy. So show us what you are. Show us you. So we are going to move on. We have who is affectionately known as 3819 coming in to sing for us now. Hello there.
Hello.
Wonderful. So what would you like to sing for us?
Today I want to sing Königin der Nacht second aria, Der Hölle
Wonderful.
Rache kocht in meinem Herzen.
Wonderful. Have fun.
Tode
Brava. Brava,
Thank
brava.
you.
So, Hijin, tell us about you. Tell us about you.
Hello, my name is Hijin Han. I came from South Korea. I'm now 25 years old,
Oh my
and I'm
gosh.
studying in MDV.
So old is that? My,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. I'm just studying master program in Vienna,
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
yeah. This is my last semester, and I work in Wiener Staatsoper Open Studio now.
Ah, congratulations. This
Thank
is
you.
wonderful. Good for you. So I have a question. So what brought you to take part in this project? You're in a school, you've got a good studio coming up. Why did you want to join this?
Yeah, I'm just looking for my next step in agency or opera, open studio, one more something else, or
Yeah.
opera house. It is not too easy to stand on stage as an Asian soprano. Some people
Ah.
say I'm too short and too small to sing the role. And that's because I'm applying here to show who I am and to find my next opportunity.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think that anyone who thinks that you're too anything to sing the role has just been proven wrong because you just sang it very, very, very well. Brava.
Yeah.
So the next 2 years for you, you graduate conservatory, Hochschule, and then you start the Wiener Staatsoper studio for the next couple years, yeah?
Actually, it is not last semester and the last season for me in the Wiener Staatsoper. I'm already
Ah.
been in there, so
Ah, I see. So while you were at school, you were also in the studio at the Staatsoper.
yeah, same.
Wow. That's a busy life you've had.
Yeah, that was
Good.
quite busy 2 years.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So this is wonderful. And so that means that basically you're looking for work, right?
Yes, yes,
That's a
exactly.
good thing. That's a good thing to know. So, as an idea, because I mean, you sing the Queen of the Night extraordinarily, very, very beautifully. What other things do you sing? Because the Queen of the Night is such a unique thing. What are the things you love to sing that you would
I
love to find a job singing?
I would like to sing especially Strauss opera,
Uh-huh.
especially Cenerentola role of
Uh,
Serenetta, or like a Donizetti opera, L'Ammermo di
mm-hmm.
Lucia di Lammermoor, and I can sing Gilda also, whole of the role, and
Wonderful.
Despina. Also, I studied in Korea, and I already did a role of Olympia
Wow.
Hoffman in South Korea as a school opera.
Uh-huh. So do you go back and forth? Do you sing still in Korea like, do you go home and sing and then you come back to Europe and sing?
Sometimes yes, but now I'm based in Vienna,
Mm-hmm.
and
Full time.
I want to work in here in Europe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I have to say that it's been a joy to hear you. And I do very much hope that that this helps move you forward, and that this leads you to some people hearing you. I'm sure that there will be a number of people that are very interested in hearing you again, and I hope we can help in any way possible. It's really been a joy hearing you,
Thank you
and
so much.
and thank you for taking part. Please.
Thank you.
Please. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on. Hold on just yes, absolutely. No, I just see, this is the way things happen, because the honest truth is, while we're talking and you had just sung, I've actually just gotten a message from someone who is watching, who is in the industry, who has suggested the need for somebody like you, that I should get in touch with somebody. So, it's amazing how this world works, that it's all connected. People hear you
Yeah.
sing, and then ideas come. So I'm going to cross my fingers for that. I will absolutely be in touch with them, and then I'll let you know. So
Thank you so much. Thank you,
thank you
David.
so much. Really have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and thank you for taking part in this.
Thank you.
So wait, a question,
Yeah.
because I did look at your CV. You studied with Laura. You study with
Yes.
Laura at the Hochschule. Laura Aiken, who's a wonderful, wonderful singer and
Yes,
teacher for everyone.
wonderful. Lulu especially.
Oh my gosh,
Especially, I
everything.
love to sing modern aria too.
Uh-huh.
Now I study with Laura, so we are progress on the Lulu's aria and the progress on the No Word from Tom also. And
wonderful.
I just study on the Mao Zedong's aria also.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
very
like
good.
that because
Of
I
course.
have absolute hair. Is what is the English?
Absolute pitch, we say.
Yes, yes.
Absolute
So it
pitch.
is not too hard to studying modern aria.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, look, give Laura our love, and we look forward to the next time that that we hear you, and that we see you there in
Yeah, I
Vienna.
hope to
Okay,
see you
and on a
again.
stage everywhere in the world. So,
Thank you.
brava! Thank you so much for taking part. Cheers. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Wonderful. Just it's quite just it's lovely. You hear people 25 years old, and you hear people that it's time to work. It's ready to work. So let's move on. We're now going to hear who we have affectionately known as Mr. 1179 for the beginning rounds of this competition. It's not a competition. It's an experiment. It's a investigation. It's a search. So, hello. Oh, that's interesting. What would you like to sing for us? Can you hear? I think the sound is very strange. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you say, ah, wonderful. What would you like to sing?
I would like to sing Ombre di mia prosapia from La Gioconda.
Wonderful. Please. Bravo. Bravo, David.
Thank you.
Come. So, David, tell us something about you. Tell us about you. Sie können auf Deutsch auch. It's okay.
Guten Abend. Ich bin David Hong und ich bin Bass und ich komme aus Südkorea und ich lebe in Frankfurt, Deutschland.
Ah, das ist wunderbar. And so, what did you study in Germany or did you study in Korea or both?
Zuerst mal, ich habe meinen Bachelor in Seoul, Korea abgeschlossen.
You have
Danach,
to abbassare.
danach
There you go. There
bin ich,
you are. Now we see you.
bin ich
Beautiful.
nach Deutschland gekommen und
Ja.
in Frankfurt Musikhochschule habe ich mein Masterstudium mit einem DA-Stipendium abgeschlossen und anschließend habe ich dort auch Konzertexamen studiert und derzeit arbeite ich an der Oper Frankfurt.
Wonderful. That is wonderful. And so, why did you want to do this project? Warum Anon für dich?
Ja, in letzter Zeit habe ich das Gefühl, dass sich meine Stimme weiterentwickelt hat, als was tiefer und breiter geworden ist. Und ich fand, dieses ANON-Projekt ist sehr interessant, ohne Gesicht, ohne CV, aber nur mit der Stimme. Das gefällt mir sehr und daher möchte ich sehen, wie weit ich nur mit meiner Stimme kommen kann. Und jetzt stehe ich im Finale, darüber freue ich mich sehr.
That is wonderful. That's exactly the reason we do this. So I think that this was a perfect project, and it's been really a joy to hear you. And after we finish here, you will have your information online, and people can contact you.
Yeah.
And come, because you live in Germany, it's quite easy that they can hear you live. Frankfurt is the middle of everywhere. You can get anywhere, yeah?
Yeah.
So David, it has been a pleasure to hear you. It really was a joy. I have to say, some of the panel members, you had them confused because they didn't know where you were from. Between your language and then with the live period with your speaking voice. So it's been a joy to finally meet you on the video and to hear you. And thank you so much for singing. And let's hope for all good things to come out of this for you. Okay?
Thank you very much. Vielen Dank für diese Gelegenheit und für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Vielen Dank.
It is our joy. You have given us a joy. Thank you.
Dankeschön.
Cheers.
Vielen Dank.
Bye-bye. Tschüss.
Bye-bye.
Bye. It was very funny because I have to be honest, that during the live Zoom where people sang and said a few words, but without the camera, there were across the panel at least 3 different nationalities thought of about him from his speaking voice, and ironically, none of them was Korean. So speaking actually to what Hijin was saying before about as a Korean soprano, etc., maybe sometimes people do assume things when they just look at someone and think that they know more about them than necessarily they do, because he is not from any of the countries that many panel members thought of him. So what a joy, what a joy. So we will move on with Mr. 9430 and Crura Fusenestas Magna from Donizetti, Lucia di Lammermoor, the bad guy. Hello there.
Hello.
So, you can start whenever you would like.
Great. Thank you so much.
Fabulous. Cheers.
La pietà del suo favore mi dissenti in mal di petta, se mi parli di vendetta solo intenderti potrò sciagurare. furore, già su voi tremendo ruge, le mie mani che mi sugge, io co sangue spegnerò, io co sangue, le mie mani che mi sugge, spegnerò, col sangue spegnerò, si spegnerò, 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 spegnerò.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Thank you very much.
Rolf. So, Rolf, I have to say, tell us about you. Where are you? Where are you from?
Great.
And
Yeah.
where are you now?
I'm coming from the Detroit Opera House in one of the rehearsal studios here. I moved to Detroit 3 years ago to start in the studio program in 2023 to 2024, and have built a really good, strong relationship, working relationship with Yuval Sharon and Roberto Kalb here. I'm originally from San Francisco, California. My training and education has taken me from the West Coast to the East Coast, and before I came to Detroit, I was living in Amsterdam. Between 2018 to 2023, I also did the Dutch National Opera Academy out there, which finished right as the pandemic was happening. So, as we all know, any momentum was stunted as it was going out of that. So,
you're part of that generation David was talking about then.
Sure, yeah. So I continued to, pursue as we do, and I was getting more interest and offers to come back to the States, and it has been a great choice to come back here. I am, however, looking to go back over to Europe and expand my career over there, and I'm very interested in the FEST system, and I feel like a lot of my repertoire is very diverse, from lyric baritone and starting to touch the dramatic baritone repertoire too as well.
You sound fantastic. You sound phenomenal.
Thank you.
So basically, you are fully American yet sound absolutely Italianate. But how? So forgive me this. I just have to know. So you're fully American, but your name is Rolf.
Okay. So
how'd that happen? What's going on there?
My parents love the sound of music. So and they added an E at the end, so people know me as Rolfie or Rolf. My parents are immigrants from the Philippines. They came here in the early '80s. So my dad was classically trained, and I learned from him just singing around the house. He was also a baritone, so I always heard him.
So you came by it naturally in the house. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
that's wonderful. But I'm sorry, this begs another question for me. So you said your father was an opera singer, is an opera singer, I'm not sure. And he was exposed to this in the Philippines.
Correct.
Wow. So opera is everywhere. If people want to say it's not international, it is.
Yeah, there is a small scene there, and a lot of. Actually, that's kind of one of my continued motivations in this career path, is that I don't run into many Filipinos on a contract or auditions.
It's true.
I can probably count on a couple of hands of colleagues and friends that are pursuing it. So it's a bit of a statement for me to continue to excel at the highest as possible, and eventually in the later years to be on the other side, because I don't see many Filipinos or Asians on the casting side. So that's another personal long-term goal for me.
And that is a very good goal, I have to say. That is absolutely a very good goal. And I have to say, because I've actually heard you live, I can say that yes, he does sound like that live. It is that good. And so I hope really that this really kind of is an accelerator for you to get you back over here. Yeah. Although Detroit is going to be very sad to have you leaving, I'm sure.
Yeah. I will be back in Germany April 15th. And I'll be there for almost 2 months doing auditions and continuing to explore over there.
Then that's a very good thing. Then that is good to know, and let's make sure that while he's over for a couple months, that you get him into your theater to hear him. So, and we will help as much as I will help as much as I can as well, because I think that that would be a very useful thing, and we would love to have you over here for such a beautiful singer and beautiful sound, and very wonderful, kind, open person. So thank you very much. What, out of curiosity, because I've asked everybody this, so I have to ask you, what attracted you to this Anon thing?
It comes down to the source of also why I perhaps fell in love with singing, with opera, is just the voice itself of baritones like Dimitri and Brinterfell. When I first heard them, that's what wanted me to continue to study and pursue this, and to kind of take any other details away, but just solely that to be able to express through just the sound and through the voice. I think that was what drew me to send in my materials for this.
That's wonderful. I have to say that's what drew me to opera. I think it's what drew a lot of us to opera, when that first time you hear somebody that touches you and you go, well, wow, what is that? Can I do that? Can I have more of that, please? Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, Rolf, this has been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you over on this side of the ocean, and hopefully seeing you from the seats while I watch you on stage. That's my goal.
That would be a great pleasure. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you so much for taking part in this, and it's been really a pleasure to hear you and watch you progressing through this.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you to the panel for listening. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye. Wow. Again, another wonderful, wonderful singer, and what a varied background that you think, opera singers and people that love opera, they come from everywhere. And they are international. It is an international thing. So this is quite a joy. So now we have 2 more singers that are coming in, and I have to say I'm very fascinated by this, because this is a wonderful piece that we know her as Madame 3912, but she's coming in. She's singing the Tirade of Madame de la Altière from Massenet Cendrillon. And it's quite a fascinating piece that you don't hear every day, and she is an artist you don't hear every day. And by the end of hearing her today, you'll know her name, and tomorrow how to reach her. So, welcome. Are you there? You can unmute and feel free to begin. Hello there.
Hello, I'm just checking my audio settings now.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. And if you come in sideways, then you will be amongst. Oh no, looky there. You're the right way up. We have to turn our heads for this one. Break a leg and have fun, okay?
Padre
Brava. It's still my favorite part of any aria that I heard the past week.
Oh, thank you.
It's fabulous. Claire, pleasure to meet you, and it's pleasure to that everybody else gets to meet you as well. Tell us a little about you.
Oh, well, I'm here, based here in New Orleans, Louisiana, my hometown.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Love it.
And a bit about my journey in opera. I started out here, obviously, in the United States. I did my undergraduate, graduate, and young artist training here. About my late 20s, early 30s, I started to transition from young artist work over to full-time principal artist work here in the States and started working with management. And about this time, I had a medical emergency and I needed to have emergency spinal surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and this obviously had an extensive recovery period. I worked closely with my physical therapists and my doctors to finish all of my contracts for the season. And after pushing myself through that, I decided I needed about a year off to from traveling and auditioning in order to fully recover my body and my spirit from that experience.
Yeah.
Toward the end of this recovery period, my agency decided to discontinue our working relationship.
Sorry.
So yes, so we so after that, I decided to really pour my energy into making collaborations here in New Orleans with all the incredible artists that are here. And there is a booming chamber music scene happening here and concert scene. So that's what I've been fully invested in and been able to do some really incredible works here. But the last few years, I've started to feel the call to tell stories in a bigger way, in a way that you can only do through opera. So I've started
Full
reaching
of the
out.
palcoscenico. It happens.
Yes, so I've started reaching out to my friends in the opera world and to trying to meet as many new people as I can to see where I might be able to tell the big stories that my heart wants to tell.
No, but that's wonderful, and you are a wonderful, wonderful storyteller. So the question would be, so this project opened a possibility for you in what way? Because it sounds to me from our conversations before also that it came along at a good time in a good way.
Absolutely. Yes. No, I'm at a place right now trying to reach out to people I don't know to be heard and to meet as many people as I can, and being unrepresented and having what might look on my resume like a gap or a sudden change in focus, I think might be a bit, make people nervous to even grant a live audition. So it's any opportunity to sing for someone is just fantastic. So this has been so exciting to get to do this while still working and still making music.
I think it's one of those things I remember that Arlene said early at the beginning, that you should always get out of your room and make yourself heard. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I have to say that when I envisioned this project at the very beginning, I have to say that many of the things you're talking about are exactly why I envisioned this, is because there's so much that you can't know from looking at a sheet of paper or a PDF that rolls across your screen. And in this business, so many times people make decisions that affect artists' lives off of words on a sheet of paper. Oh, there's a gap. So instead of taking that extra step, which this is not saying a negative thing against casting colleagues in the world, because the reality is like David said, when you're getting 800 applications, time is of the essence. But sometimes in those moments when they see a gap and decide to go to the next sheet of paper, there's an artist lost that needs to be heard. And I think that's something that's important. And for me, the situation you've explained to me is exactly why we created this, because people heard you. People heard you, and they didn't look and consider and think and all of these things. And so you got your foot in the door before they had a chance to even see that there was a foot coming. And good for you. I have to say that it's a pleasure to hear you. I hope that this helps moving forward. Certainly, I and we will help, and the panel that have heard you will help in any way that we can, and to get you heard and to get you back on back on the stage, because there's a lot of stories left for you to tell, and new ones that will be written on the way as well. You're in America. There's a lot of those.
Yes,
So, absolutely. And next time I'm in New Orleans, we'll meet down at Café du Monde, because
Oh,
I miss it. I
please,
miss it.
please.
I'm a Southern boy and I miss New Orleans. So,
Oh, please, come on down.
absolutely. Claire, this has really been a pleasure, and I thank you
Thank
very,
you so
very,
much,
very
and thank you
much.
to everyone listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wonderful. Such actually a very real story that sometimes, like many people have said here, before we hear our last singer, like many people have said, that life does get in the way of life. I think we all learned that during the pandemic, is that you may have wonderful, perfect plans. Your schedule may be full. Your diary is full for here to forever. And we all had to learn to stop. I think that when we look back at that, we think, okay, so many opportunities lost, so many dreams that people were hoping for this role debut or that young artist program audition, and we simply all had to stop. But that doesn't mean that the art stopped during that time. It kept going, and like David said, many people did a lot of things on video. There's two sides to that sword. We all learned that we can hear people via video, and we can judge what we like about someone via video. But at the same time, there is something about opera that when you hear opera, and anyone who's been there, and all of you are paying attention, of course you know this, when you are in a theater and you feel the energy of a human voice emoting, singing to you, telling their story to you, there isn't anything quite like that. And a video is very beautiful and can be very wonderful, and we've all felt the power of that. But you also have to hear people. You have to hear them live, and some of them have more stories to tell than you can read on their resume. And so with this, let's finish this wonderful, wonderful evening with a tenor, of course. You got to have a tenor. So this is Mr. 7448, who is going to sing something that we all know. Hi there. Oh, you're sideways. Before you start, twist your phone sideways. You can't be sideways. There you go. Okay, you're good. What are you going to sing for us?
I'd like to sing A mes amis of the last Piedrismo.
Ah, yes. That very low bass aria. Please, have fun.
À mes amis que jour de fête, je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux. À mes amis que jour de fête, je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux. L'amour qui m'a tourné la tête, désormais me rend en io. A te connaître, oui mes amis, je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux, je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux. Oui, celle pour qui je respire, à mes araignées sourire, et ces doux espoirs de bonheur troublent l'horizon, et mon cœur. À mes amis que jour de fête, je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux. À mes amis que jour de fête, je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux. Je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux. Je vais marcher
Bravo. Bravo, Simon. What a joy to hear. What a joy to hear. I'm going to say, what a way to end this. Which don't tell them the truth. I didn't know you were going to sing this until today, but I put you last. So, bravo.
I thought, like, you know, maybe I'm gonna sing to Mozart or just Amizami, and I decided to sing today Amizami.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you can, you should.
Yes, yes.
So Simon, tell us a little bit about you.
So Simon Young or Simon Young. Yeah, the most German people call me always Simon. Yeah, I was in like 5 years in Hamburgische Staatsoper, 3 years in opera studio, and 2 years, 2 seasons in ensemble. And then after that, I got a new job for 1 season here in now, Landestheater Linz in Austria.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
And so does that mean you're freelance? You're available to be booked? Is that the point?
I'm now ensemble here, but next season, since next season, I'm gonna turn to freelancer, and I have a few contracts in Germany, in Hanover, and in Augsburg, and some few concerts. Yeah.
So if we see your name we can come see you live.
Yeah.
But that also means that we should try to get you heard by some people in the theaters and get you booked more, because I have to say I would love to hear you sing.
Thank you.
I'd love to hear you sing just about anything, honestly. Bravo. It's really beautiful, very beautiful. So a question. You are a working singer. Why would you feel you are a known singer? In fact, the story is that let's be honest. Okay, on the panel was one of the people on the panel is who actually brought you to the studio in Hamburg, yeah, or into the ensemble.
I heard. I joined it, but you know.
Yeah, and she immediately recognized you. So I had to be very, very strict, because she wrote me immediately in the first round. She goes, "Number this, it's Simon, yeah." And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, "Yeah, it's Simon. I know it's Simon." I was like, I have no idea. And so what makes a working singer like you want to do something like this, where people hear you when you have work and people know you, but here you are presenting yourself in a way where where we don't know you? What was the reasoning for you?
Because I was really busy to working always in the theater,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of the work and a lot of the roles, and then I didn't have some time to present myself to another people, some important people of the opera world, yeah. And I could not also join for competition or some audition when I was in ensemble or opera studio in Hamburg, you know.
Of course, because you're working. It's
Yeah,
very hard work.
I
It's a
was
long work.
therefore, but now I'm thinking maybe I could more do auditioning or competitions, at the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you usually get to win the competition when you finish with a high C like that. It's usually a fight between you and the Violetta.
Yeah.
So Simon, I have a feeling that this is going to be something very good for you, and that more people are going to be hearing you and wanting to hear you on their stages. And I have to say that I will look very forward to the first time we meet, and that I get to hear you from the seats. So thank you so much for this. I really hope it winds up being a springboard for you, and can keep you singing for many years to come in front of us, because it's really a joy to hear you.
Thank you. I hope you in the live.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Have a wonderful day.
Wonderful panel. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
So, we have come to the end of our 10 finalists. I want to say thank you to all of the singers that took part in this. This means everyone, all of them that applied from everywhere around the world and sent their audio recordings because they trusted us to hear them. And I think that that's something amazing, that they have a gift, they want to share it, and they trusted us to be the ones to listen to them. And I thank you all. We thank you all. I'd like to thank everyone on the panel that took time out of their very busy schedules, because they are all very busy, to listen and to consider in a way that you don't usually do, because it's a little bit that it has to sink in a bit more. It's a little bit like a cuisine that you have to taste, and you have to let the tastes sink through. That's what it is when you hear only a voice, because it's only one sense that's being engaged at that moment, and it's a wonderful one. I thank you to those that made it to the live Zoom for taking your time in the live Zoom period, and to each of the 10 singers here tonight, so that you all know what happens next for all of these singers is tomorrow I will post the contact information and the CVs along with the original audio recordings that they all submitted. I will post those online to everyone that was a panelist, so that they will be able to see who they maybe loved that didn't make it through. They can follow up with them with the intention of having people heard live. The goal of this, and the promise by the people that were part of the panel, is that they must choose at least one or two singers that they hear to invite them to hear them live somewhere, somehow, to put ears on those people. And that's the goal of this, is to get them work, is to keep them singing. So I would like finally to say thank you to all of you that have taken the time to listen. And to everyone out there that is a fan and a lover of voices, thank you for taking time to listen. And everyone out there that might now or in the future have some sort of influence in casting, in giving contracts, in moving artists forward in their careers, I would encourage you, every now and then, put down the CV, lift yourself out of the business of the day, which is very, very busy, I understand, and just close your eyes and listen, because the world is full of amazingly beautiful sounds, and sometimes you just have to listen and let the voices carry you away. So again, thank you to everyone, and it's been our joy at NYIOP, my joy, to have this project. And I hope that it helps many, many people, and we will look forward to seeing you the next time. Oh, hearing you.